It's a difficult reality in Morocco's north, where a major migration crisis has unfolded. The northern coast of Africa has erupted into a critical geopolitical emergency. These are the scenes coming from Ceuta. In just a matter of hours, thousands of migrants scaled border fences, breached security barriers, and swam around coastal breakwaters, making their way onto Spanish territory. By Thursday evening, local officials confirmed that at least 9 people had died during the chaotic crossing, with bodies recovered along the beaches. Reception centers in Ceuta have been overwhelmed, forcing hundreds of migrants to sleep on the streets as local authorities warn that the territory's border infrastructure has reached a breaking point. In response, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez ordered military units to reinforce the frontier alongside the civil guard in an effort to restore order. But to understand how thousands of migrants reached European Union territory without entering mainland Europe, it's important to understand one of the world's most unusual geographical locations, the Spanish enclave of Ceuta. Ceuta isn't located in mainland Spain. Instead, it sits on the northern coast of Africa. At the southern tip of Spain lies the Strait of Gibraltar, the narrow stretch of water separating Europe and Africa. Across that strait, surrounded almost entirely by Morocco, lies the small Spanish territory of Ceuta. Together with Melilla, Ceuta is one of Spain's 2 autonomous cities in North Africa. Despite covering only about 7 square miles, Ceuta is legally and politically part of Spain and therefore part of the European Union. It uses the euro, its residents vote in Spanish elections, and they carry Spanish passports. Ceuta has remained under Spanish sovereignty since the late 16th century, with Portugal formally recognizing Spanish control in the Treaty of Lisbon in 1668. Morocco, however, has never accepted Spanish sovereignty over Ceuta and continues to claim both Ceuta and Melilla as Moroccan territory. Spain rejects those claims. So why do migrants risk their lives trying to enter Ceuta? The answer lies in geography and European immigration law. For many migrants traveling from sub-Saharan Africa, reaching mainland Europe by sea is expensive and extremely dangerous, often requiring long journeys arranged by human smugglers. Ceuta offers a much shorter route. Once a migrant reaches Ceuta, they have entered European Union territory, where asylum claims must be processed under Spanish and international law rather than being immediately rejected without legal procedures. To prevent illegal crossings, Spain has built a heavily fortified border around Ceuta. The border consists of parallel steel fences around 20 feet high, equipped with razor wire, surveillance cameras, underground sensors, watchtowers, and constant patrols by Spain's civil guard. Yet despite these defenses, migrants continue attempting to enter. When the land border becomes impossible to cross, many choose to swim around the breakwaters near Tarajal Beach and enter Spanish waters. Spain also depends heavily on Morocco to control migration before people even reach the border. Because Morocco controls the surrounding territory, cooperation between the two countries plays a crucial role in preventing crossings. Analysts have long noted that migration pressure in Ceuta often reflects the state of diplomatic relations between Madrid and Rabat. When relations are stable, Moroccan authorities typically strengthen border enforcement. But during periods of political tension, border controls have sometimes weakened. A notable example occurred in May 2021 when more than 8,000 migrants entered Ceuta within just 48 hours during a diplomatic dispute between Spain and Morocco. In 2022, another tragedy unfolded in Melilla, where at least 23 migrants died during an attempted mass crossing. The latest crisis did not happen overnight. According to reports, more than 1,500 migrants had already entered Ceuta in the days leading up to Thursday's mass breach. Reception facilities quickly reached capacity. Then, on Thursday morning, large crowds gathered near the Tarajal border crossing. Border officials described scenes of exceptional chaos as groups pushed through checkpoints while hundreds of others entered the sea and swam around coastal barriers. Local police struggled to contain the influx as thousands of migrants reached Ceuta's beaches and roads. The crisis has intensified political pressure on Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez. His government has generally supported legal immigration and integration policies, but the situation in Ceuta has drawn criticism from multiple sides. Opposition parties argue that border security has been inadequate, while human rights organizations continue to raise concerns over the treatment of migrants attempting to reach Europe.